Yo, guys, welcome to the GFSC Podcast. It is episode number 7, and would you believe who we have on the show today as a special guest? It is none other than Abdul Majid. Abdul, how are you, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm doing well, Bills
Finally
and
on the
Martin.
podcast, Abdul. How does it feel to be on the GFSC Podcast?
You know, they always say better late than never, man. Like it's
That's it,
taken
man.
a while to get me on this thing, but
I
finally,
know. Obviously,
yeah,
you had your own things to do. You're busy, like fucking bitches and whatever. We can talk about that later if you want. But
finally, you just have to set your priorities straight.
that's it, man. And as ever, I am joined by my co-host, Martin. Martin, you want to tell the peeps what we've got planned for them today?
Yeah, okay, so we've got the FA Cup semi-final predictions, the very interesting UEFA Champions League semi-final predictions. We've got a Q&A and depending on the time, read out of the week at the end. We'll see if we can fit that into you.
Alright, guys, so let's jump straight into the FA Cup semi-final predictions. So the first game we have is Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. This game's going to be played at Wembley, which, as you all know, is Tottenham's home ground this season. So I don't know if that's going to give them a bit of an advantage, but for this game, Tottenham have been given the away dressing room, and I think Man United they've got slightly more fans in attendance as well, so it balances it out. Abdul, what do you think about this game? What's your predictions?
Oh yeah, Bills. Let me say something about the Man United fans, like their attendance. To be honest, most of them are from East London, West London, North London, South London. So yeah, it's like a
Yeah, that's
30-minute
it.
drive,
You're
20-minute
completely right,
walk.
bro. It's a
So
5 minute
they're
drive.
they're all gonna come in packs, man. Be like, oh, we're from Manchester, yeah, glory, Man United, yeah,
Right, that's it. Yeah, right, my Oshport Man United, and with that London
They
accent.
all, yeah, as a Cockney accent, bro. He comes like, oh, you might have been supporting Man United for 30 years, yeah? Oliver Hall is the mate, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro. And then,
That's
like,
it,
you
bro.
see all his brothers and sisters supporting Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea. Like, bro,
That's it, man.
you
You'd
support
give me
Man
advances
United,
straight to Man United just for that, man. They've got
yeah?
local fans.
But Spurs have been playing at Wembley all season. So, like, in the beginning of the season, you know how they were losing a lot of games at home and losing points to teams that were not so good, like Burnley. They lost the game at Wembley to Chelsea also. But I feel over time they managed to, they managed to get used to the playing field and the surface and everything. And guys like Kane have been getting better year after year. Dele Ali. Yeah, so about Dele Ali, he's not really my type of player because, to be honest, the guy, he he has a bit of an attitude. He likes to dive, he likes to show fingers. He just has that unlikable personality about him. He can play
Yeah.
he can play football. He can play football, but
You think he's not
if
that
he,
mature yet?
yeah, he's not mature enough. I mean,
He's a
like
monster.
he does. Now that's off the field. I don't care what he does off
That's
the
true.
field.
That's
Like
true. Yeah.
you can do whatever you want off the field, but like
Yeah, but then
you
again,
can.
you've got to, like, I don't know, like off the field. Then do you think kids would see him as like a role model? Do you think
Not
he's got to?
necessarily. Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
Individuals
There's
want
yeah.
to be
there's
transformed.
there's a whole there's 25, 30 players on that team. Not every kid wants to be like Dele Ali. They see maybe Hugo,
Yeah.
professional guy, Harry Kane, very talented guy, very settled man. Ericsson, humble, confident. He doesn't talk too much.
Yeah.
He does well for the community. Dele Ali, he's gonna get there. He's gonna be a good kid.
You've got to
Yeah,
remember
like
he's still quite young, isn't he? So
yeah,
yeah, that's it.
he's around our age.
So
And,
what do you think? What's your score prediction for this game? Remember, it goes to extra time and penalties as well.
So I think it's
He's,
going to be
he's not around
1-1,
my age.
and then Man United are going to win on penalties
Okay.
because Mourinho's parking the bus. He's going to frustrate Spurs. De Gea will make a lot of saves, and somebody from somewhere, maybe Lingard, will score somewhere
Yeah, you
around
can just see
extra
it. You can
time.
just see that happening. You know
Yeah,
what?
I feel Lingard. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Lingard will score, and De Gea will be man of the match, and Spurs will get frustrated on penalties.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say 1-1 as well. I think Spurs are gonna be winning 1-0, saying like, and then in the 89th minute or something, someone like you said, like Lingard will get a late goal, 1-1. It goes to penalty extra time, then it goes to penalties. Then my
Yeah,
prediction
Bills.
is United to win it on penalties. So that's
I
my
feel
prediction.
I just feel that Mourinho will frustrate
That's what he
Spurs
will do.
with
Yeah,
his negative football. and he's beaten them a lot of times. Like earlier this season, they did beat Spurs, I think, at Old Trafford, and Spurs beat them at Wembley. So it was a bit even when you watch those games. Spurs dominated the whole game at Wembley, but at Old Trafford, Mourinho was able to, neutralize them and keep their fun football from performing. And Mourinho does that to a lot of teams. He did it to Arsenal. He does it to Man City. I feel like Mourinho is the guy that ruins those moments, those moments where everybody thinks, okay, the time is now, finally. Like Man City last week when they were supposed to win the title against Man United. Pogba came, Mourinho came, and he ruined it.
Yeah.
So
I probably agree with you on that, but the thing is, it does get the job done, you'd have to say, so, yeah.
Nobody likes his football,
yeah.
but I call it tactical awareness, I call it tactical strength, and that's one of the things that Mourinho has an advantage over a lot of managers. I think Simeone comes second in that aspect. Yeah. But a lot of the nice guys like Klopp, Pep Guardiola, Emery, maybe Luis Enrique, they don't seem to have many formulas they can throw out and use in different points of the game. Like I know Sean Dyche, he's been using formulas to keep Burnley into the top 7. Like you need more than one or two styles of play because football is also a mental game. Yeah. If you're just using a 4-4-2, go through the flanks, cross it into the target man, or play 4-3-3 possession, false 9, somebody's going to figure you out. So Mourinho, I think his adaptability will get Man United a result. But I could be wrong, but I'm going to stick with my gut and say 1-1.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Martin, what are your thoughts on this game? United versus Spurs. What do you think?
So I agree with a lot of what Abdul said. I think Mourinho can play good football, but he'd rather play it safe against the bigger teams. Mm-hmm. And Spurs is definitely one of the teams that can cause trouble. I think if you put a black and white screen while watching Manchester United play against a big team, you won't be able to tell the difference between 1950s football and now.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
As you said, tactical awareness. I think though that Spurs will. You can't. Can you say they will cause an upset?
No, I wouldn't really call it an upset now. Spurs. Yeah,
neither. Yeah. So, but I must say they will win. I think it will be 2-0 to Spurs.
Okay, fair enough. That's a good prediction. I mean, obviously they can do it.
They
They're a
beat
top
us.
4 team now.
They beat us 3-1.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs won, and I wouldn't call it an upset because Spurs have also beaten Man United in recent years in a lot of key games. I remember a couple of years back when they were on that rise, I think it was the year Leicester won the title when they beat Man United 3-0 at White Hart Lane.
Yeah.
And they've tore them shred to shred. So Man United can win against Spurs. They have the big mentality to do so, but Spurs have now upped that level to say, okay, we're not Spurs anymore. We're somewhat of a top English club now. They've managed to finish above Liverpool, Arsenal, and I think they'll probably finish above Chelsea this year, and they finished above Man United and Man City. Finished. Yeah. So you can't consider them small anymore, but they still have a lot of roadblocks to cover. But anyways, that's all on my take.
That's it. So Man United Spurs, UK time. That's on at 5:15. So there's going to be a live match thread in GFSC. So if you're on the group at that time, please join the thread. Okay. So the next game, Chelsea versus Southampton, guys. That's the second semi-final game, which is on the Sunday. Not really much to say about this one. I think Southampton are absolutely terrible this season. I mean, obviously this could backfire. I mean, they could cause an upset, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think Chelsea will come out strong, and I think 2-0. Martin, what do you think, mate?
I don't know. Depends on if Chelsea take it seriously or not. They obviously win. Southampton aren't that good this season, not even close to what they have been in recent years. And Chelsea also aren't as good as they usually are, but they are definitely better. So I'm gonna say a Chelsea win. I'm gonna say 3-1 to Chelsea.
We got a full house, Abdul. Is that what you're saying as well? Chelsea win.
It's easy. Chelsea wins. Southampton have not just been bad; they've been absolutely dismal. I think
Yeah.
5 wins only this season. And let me say something about Kante. Kante, he's really good. One of the best defensive
100%, bro.
midfielders.
Yeah.
He, when you used to play football in the parks and the streets and all this, remember that guy that used to run a lot, used to jump a lot, used to kick a lot. Like, he would do all these things, and that's so important. Anyways, I want to say 3-0 Chelsea.
3-0
It's too
Chelsea.
easy.
So, full
Southampton
house
are
vote, guys.
absolutely
Yeah.
terrible.
So we
They're
all
just
think
rubbish.
it's gonna be. So we all think it's gonna be Chelsea versus Man United final, but we're not talking about this today. We'll do that another time. So on to the big one now, guys. It is the Champions League semi-final. So the first match we're going to talk about today is Liverpool versus Roma. Now, Martin, we can start with you for this one.
All right, well, it's gonna be an interesting match. I obviously absolutely love Roma for what they did. I really appreciate it. I mean, you have no idea. All the pain that I had from Barca doing the remontada against PSG, it all came back. It's so much better. So, yeah, I'm really happy about that. Anyways, Liverpool also doing really, really good, getting past PSG. My bad, getting past Manchester City.
Yep.
So, I think Roma have more momentum because Roma were 4-1 down against Barcelona and they came back the next game. And Liverpool also maybe weren't favorites against City, but you could say they had a chance, unlike Roma, where
Mhm.
everyone thought like that was just Barca going through. Like when the draws happened, everyone's like, "Oh, Barca, easy draw. What the fuck is this?" Like, everyone's kind of disappointed. They wanted Barca to play someone bigger, but then look what happens. So it's gonna be interesting. It's really unpredictable in my opinion, and I think the first leg will be 1-1.
1-1. That's probably a fair prediction. I mean, for me, I said it would be 2-2.
Yeah,
Liverpool did really
possibly.
well to get past Man City. Obviously, I mean, they've beaten them 3 times altogether now this season. I think that's just brilliant. Like when Salah's on the form he is now, you can't really stop him. It's not just Salah, it's the front three, isn't it? So there's Salah, there's
True,
Firmino,
true.
there's Mane,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
when they're
man.
on that form, you can't really stop them. But you can say the
True.
same thing about Roma as well. I mean, who would have thought they would have got past Barcelona in the way that they did? Nobody, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be a tougher game than people expect. So for that reason, I think it's going to be 2-2. But uh, Roma are the away team in this first leg, so if they get the 2 away goals in this first leg, it could be a big
True.
advantage for them going into the second
Yep.
leg. So yeah,
Yep.
I'm just going to go for a 2-2. Abdul.
Oh, I want to say a couple of things about Roma this season. Like, I really do appreciate them for giving, us an underdog story. They've had some good players that nobody really tends to pay attention to. When you're in a smaller, not necessarily smaller club, but a lesser watched club, you don't get paid attention too much. They have good guys like Florenzi. They have De Rossi, who's been playing absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Uh, they have Alisson Becker, best goalkeeper in Serie A. They have Dzeko, who's well known for being the top scorer in the Bundesliga. Oh, he destroyed. I
Yeah.
remember when he destroyed Bayern, him and the other Brazilian guy, Grafite, 2 times that year. He's top scorer in the Bundesliga. He scored over 10 to 15 goals a season each time he was in the Premier League at Man City. And now last year he scored 29 for Roma, and this year he's on, I think, another 20 in the league or something. I'm not sure. So the guy's a good player, and nobody really talks about them because they're a small club.
Exactly.
Liverpool, on the other hand, they're a well-known club, one of the best clubs in history. They have, I said to myself when the draw was made in the quarterfinal, that I always said that Liverpool was going to win, not like by what they did, like how they won the 5-1 on aggregate, but I knew they were going to win because Liverpool, you can't buy experience. You can buy all the nice players, you can buy all the great guys, but as a team, you need to be in these situations to know what to do.
Yeah,
True.
I get what you mean.
Good point. Yeah, good point.
Another thing we didn't mention, I'd just like to quickly mention, before you make your prediction, Abdul, is like Salah's coming up against his former club here, so I don't know. Are they gonna know how to handle him? Is he gonna get a goal against his former club?
He's a
Anything could
no,
happen.
he's a different player now. He's a
Yeah, well,
different
he is.
player.
That's true. He
He
is a different player now. That
The
is
guy's
true.
the guy's always been good, you know. The guy, he's
He has
always been good.
He just hasn't had the style that suits him. The style that he's playing now suits him perfectly.
Yeah, he's playing under Klopp, who has, you know, the one of the best counter-attacking styles. In Klopp's style, it's about pressing,
Yeah.
pace, and transition. If you have those three, if a player has speed, dribbling ability, tenacity, yeah. So as I was saying, speed, tenacity, ability to detect danger, transition, raw pace. Salah has all those things, and the Premier League is more of a wide open league compared to Serie A. Serie A, I wouldn't say they basically have hard-nosed defenders. They don't like to open up spaces. They keep it tight, so you don't really get to see players drifting in. They have a more of a tactical approach to the game, while the Premier League is more open, very direct, and it would be more sort of like the park football that we used to play in school. Go hard, go fast, dribble as much as you can. So those kind of things suit Salah, and Klopp brought it into the Premier League. And the fitness regimes of players nowadays with the health and all these trainings they're being given, the physiotherapists, the doctors keeping monitor of their muscle tissues, their bones, their injuries. I'm not going to get into all the scientific and medical things, but players these days have the ability to withstand Klopp's style due to the health professionals and the medical professionals that have been given to them. And about Firmino, people have been saying he should have made team of the season. Well, I don't agree,
I don't
really,
really agree as well. I mean, like,
but I feel like you can make a case for him. The guy, I think he has 13 goals this season. Was it 13 Premier League goals, and maybe another 7 assists? But he's been playing so well. Like, when you look at what he does on the field and how he transition, like, I like his link-up play. I like how he helps Salah determine where to go. I like how he opens up lines. I like how he separates fullback and centre half. I like how he moves with the ball. I like how he pulls defenders out of position. I like his skill moves. He's a Brazilian, natural Brazilian. He can play the game. But Kane has scored a lot of goals. He's just been much more impactful. And it's obvious why Kane made the team. But let me get to my prediction. It's going to be an upset. I feel that Roma are going to win 1-0. I do feel they're going to win 1-0. They will get a penalty. I think that De Rossi will score or Nainggolan will score another penalty. And they'll take something with them to back home. I think Roma will be the team to stop Salah. Florenzi, Manolas, and Fazio will try to do what they usually would have done to Salah in training. So I think they're going to scrape a 1-0 win.
That's
for Roma.
fair enough. I mean, anything could happen. So obviously, none of us have gone for. Martin, what was your prediction again? Sorry.
It was a draw. It was 1-1.
So me and Martin have gone for draws, and Abdul's gone for the Roma win. So surprisingly, none of us predicting the first leg win for Liverpool there. I mean,
sorry, Liverpool fans, y'all are gonna be angry, but trust me, Roma ain't no joke. And Liverpool fans and Global Football Sledging Club, they need to be humbled. They need to be humbled, and they need to sit the down, because these Liverpool fans, they've been on a big joint, a big blunt, a big bumper clap blunt all the time, man. You know what I mean? These Liverpool fans acting like just because they beat Man City, they won the treble or something. Y'all haven't done anything. Y'all haven't done shit yet, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna see.
Not many people are gonna like that. But you know what?
You should sign them. Yeah, they should sign Dembele. Yeah.
You know, there's something. Y'all been seeing the Liverpool Man City contract. When they team up against Man United fans. Now when Liverpool flexing on Man City like they the big boys or something. Now the contract's ending. As they say, the enemy, my friend, is also my enemy. But when the tie's sour, they turn on each other now. So I want to see these Liverpool fans get humbled badly. And if it's not Roma who's going to do it, it's going to be us. It's going to be us. I'll even go to the stadium, watch it myself.
Before we talk about that, let's get into the second leg predictions now. So next game, Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid, Champions League semi-final. So I'm gonna quickly give my prediction on this game on what I think it's gonna be. I think Madrid are gonna scrape a 2-1 win. I'm not gonna get into too much why I think that. I just think they are gonna scrape
Smart.
that 2-1 win. But obviously, Abdul, you're a Bayern fan. Martin, you're a Madrid fan. So you two go for it. Martin, you first.
Go ahead, kid. Go ahead, kid. Let's see
Just hit each
what
other.
bullshit
Go
y'all
on.
gotta say, man.
Go for it.
Let's see what bullshit you gotta say, man.
It's no bullshit, bro. It's facts. Look at the recent years we've played you. I mean, it's all us. And I think a big part in Bayern not succeeding over the last few years in Europe is because they need to constantly play against tougher competition to be used to it. And I don't think the Bundesliga offers that because
Ooh.
they play uh, in the Champions League group stages, yeah, and they're not as hard because you can also go through with second place. Then the round of 16 same, and they start those tough matches quite a bit later than the Barca or the Madrid. Because bear in mind, Real play Atletico twice, who've been finalists 2 times over the last 4 seasons. They play Barca twice, who won it 3 seasons ago. So, I think Real Madrid have that kind of advantage. Then the mentality, considering Real Madrid are the best team in European competitions, and it's a fact. I mean, you can't deny it. We've got 3 of them over the last 4 seasons, most over the history, and against Bayern too. We went past them 13-14 quite convincingly, and also last season. So yeah, I think we win again. I think Ronaldo's getting back in form. So, and that's a really important thing because we like to play through Ronaldo more in the Champions League. I think the game evolves more around him, and he seems to be playing with more motivation in it, with more drive, especially now since we've lost the Liga. So, yeah, I think Real Madrid do have the advantage in, a lot of aspects, and I want to hear your side, and maybe
So what's your
I'll
score
add
prediction then for that,
I'll add
Martin?
something to it. And my score prediction is a Madrid 2-0 win.
Okay, so Abdul, mate, how would you counter that? I mean, he's presented some pretty good facts there as well. Some strong opinions.
I don't disagree with everything, but there's a lot of how to say it, a lot of inexperience, with his comments. Martin, how old are you? I think 14, 15, 12. I don't know.
No, I'm 8.
Your age?
8, yeah.
8. I don't know, man. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know how old you are, but like.
I'm 8.
Okay, but I'm not gonna get into Bayern first because I'm not gonna go over refs and everything. That's a broken record. What happened last time in 2014? It was pretty convincing. Pep Guardiola messed up the tactics badly. He admitted it himself. The game that they lost, he lost. He what is it? He absolutely, I don't know. He destroyed himself. He just overthought it. I think he.
Like versus Liverpool.
No, I'm talking about Pep Guardiola when he was at Bayern. They lost in 2014.
He did the same against Liverpool.
He absolutely, I don't know. He just froze, lost his composure, and just blew. And he spilled everything over. But I'm not gonna get into that.
Like, you know how you had Troy Deeney said about Arsenal and Bellerin. Like,
yeah.
You think Pep hasn't got any cojones? You think that's what it is when it comes to
no cojones, no balls. He's using this tiki taka, fancy. It's like when you go to the club, man. You seen this nice ass woman, bro, and then y'all dancing and shit, and then after that, it's coming out to like you don't go home with her. You
basically describe yourself when you go to the club.
Exactly.
You see a nice girl, and then you don't take her home. That's
but like sometimes like that I didn't deny that, but sometimes I got other niggas living with me, so like stuff happens. All right, man. So yeah, I do my own thing, man. Like over the past, my exploits have been coming up and everything. I've been getting in. I've been doing some stuff, man. But like Pep Guardiola, he don't got that. Like I don't want to make it football related. Like Russell. Any of you guys watch NBA here know about Russell Westbrook and how he plays basketball. Yeah. The guy does not want to lose at all costs, and he will make sure he does not lose at all costs. Pep Guardiola, he doesn't have the Westbrook in him. That's why he lost against Real Madrid that year in 2014, and that was a fair and square win. Even though I don't like to say it, but it was a fair and square win. Pep Guardiola messed it up.
So was last year.
That I won't get into it just yet. But I want to talk about more of the Bundesliga in general.
But talk about the Bundesliga in general, because obviously, Martin, what was your comment about the Bundesliga? Just quickly. What was your comment?
I think they don't have as much of a competition because obviously
not much of a competition.
Bro, how many seasons in a row does Bayern win the Bundesliga? It's fucking retarded. There's no other league in the world that happens in. Come on, man.
I would agree with that, but Abdul, obviously you have strong opinions in favor of the Bundesliga.
Yeah. I'll get into every point one by one. Okay, first of all, no other league in the world that does that. Juventus have won 7 in a row. Lyon have won 7 in a row when they used to be good. Do you know in Portugal, in 90 years of football, imagine in 90 years of football, only 5 teams have won it, 5 different teams. And 3 of them are, Porto, Sporting, Club de Portugal, and Benfica. No, let me finish. Relax. And then the other 2 clubs were Belenenses in 1945. I think World War II was going on at that time. None of us were born. I don't think Portugal was even a country at that time, man. I think everybody, all y'all thought it was like a sex edition of Spain or something. I don't know. They decided like after World War II, Spain is too big. You can have Portugal. We don't need you. You can take this. Call it Portugal. Call it whatever. I don't know much about Portuguese history, but whatever. Belenenses, 1945. Y'all alive in 1945?
No, that was my
who watches Portuguese?
My grandpa was born in 1945.
Who's gonna watch Portuguese football in 1945? Not even Portuguese people watch Belenenses in 1945. And Bota Vista. For those who don't know, I think Joao knows very well. Little Joao knows very well.
Yeah.
Bota Vista are a small club in Porto, Portugal. They beat FC Porto to the league title in 2001.
Okay, that's enough about Portugal now. I get what you're trying to get at, but we want to get down to the main points here, Abdul.
So basically,
make a comparison, but we're talking about now. We're not talking about.
There's so many leagues, and there's so many leagues that have won
We're talking about the Bundesliga here, so.
Okay, let me just get.
We're talking about the now.
Okay.
So the now is
Bundesliga.
The past 6-7 years.
Okay, Bayern have won 6 in a row. We're not gonna lie.
And but how many more do you think you're gonna realistically? How long do you think this dominance can last now?
I think I'm gonna get into that question because but you first, if we want to answer why Bayern have been so dominant, we have to look at the other teams.
Okay.
The other teams in the league have not shown enough ambition.
So when we're talking about ambition,
That's obvious,
do you think? Just a quick question. Do you think Leipzig they could eventually win the Bundesliga one day?
They could, but their model at the moment is buy all the nice young. But the problem is when you have guys like Liverpool, Chelsea, when you have Premier League clubs wanting to buy all the Bundesliga's best player 50, 60 million, it's going to be difficult to keep all of them in.
Yeah.
The TV deals in Germany are not English standard. When you have Stoke City making $100 million a year and you have Dortmund making $50 million a year from income and everything, there's no comparison. Bundesliga clubs don't have money.
Yeah.
Other than and Bayern basically the thing is about Bayern is that they are a very good club. They're a successful club in Germany. So as a young German player, all the young German players want to go to Bayern. So if Bayern actually decide to make an approach to them for them and they think they're good enough, they won't say no and they'll go to Bayern to stay in the league. So when Bayern has a good market, good strategy, good ability to get players, even if people don't like it, and the other guys aren't keeping up, whether it's by money, whether it's by because Dortmund sell all their best players to other clubs apart from Bayern. Schalke don't do much. Martin was saying Bundesliga doesn't really have any good teams. Well, that's not true. Dortmund is a very good team, one of the best teams in Europe. They've played very well. They haven't been up to standard this season. but every team has its off
Bro,
season.
you aren't listening to what I'm saying. Okay, so just wait. Let
So
me
tell
take
me
this.
how many good teams are in La Liga? You're telling me
No, listen. No. Look. I'm saying
Leganes are a world-class team that play Real Madrid.
no.
Oh, we
You
play
aren't getting
against
my point.
Leganes today. We play against Granada. Holy shit, we
Okay,
gotta
so
prepare.
a question to both of you now.
No,
Abdul,
listen to me.
one second. Let me talk. Alright,
There's
so
so many
Abdul,
crap teams
how
in La
many good
Liga.
teams
Yeah.
are in Bundesliga, Abdul? How many good teams? Give me a
How many
straight
good
answer.
teams?
How many good teams?
Uh,
A number.
I'll
Quickly.
say one world-class team and three
All
good
right, no,
teams.
listen,
Okay,
listen,
Martin,
listen
you
to
now
no,
quickly.
wait, listen
So
to
how
me.
many good teams are in the
So
Liga? Just quickly. How
there's
many?
Real Madrid, there's Atleti, there's Barca, there's 3 in a row time winners Sevilla for
Okay,
Europa League.
yeah. So
All
that's
right,
about four as well.
listen to this. So my point was, overall, when we look at the teams that are in the bottom part of the league, Bundesliga, let's say, might have the better side, yeah. But my point was that Real Madrid play more of the absolutely top matches, not against, not overall, but the absolutely top matches, because those are the ones that really count when you come to the semifinals. You don't
One
look.
versus two, one versus two, one versus two. You see, before Atletico Madrid, Simeone came. Real Madrid was Atletico versus Real was just another
Bro,
match in the
look,
fixture
where are you
book.
going?
Were you
We,
born when
we,
Atletico
we're
Madrid were getting
talking about,
spanked by
we're
Real
talking
Madrid
about,
each week?
we're talking about
It
this
was only
season.
Real Madrid, Barcelona, Real
What
Madrid,
the fuck?
Barcelona,
No,
Real Madrid,
listen.
Barcelona.
We're talking about my point about this
Yeah,
season.
and
So
okay.
what are you
We're
talking about?
coming to
Listen to me. So Real Madrid play the caliber of a team that Bayern is more times a year than Bayern play the caliber of team
That's a
Real
good
Madrid
point.
is.
but
That's a really good point there.
that's
That is my point.
twice. That's twice a year. Dortmund. I wouldn't say
It's
Dortmund are
not
a
twice a
bad
year.
team.
It's not
Tw-
twice a year. We're
Yeah,
playing
at minimum,
also
minimum,
twice. We're playing.
minimum.
Yeah,
Okay, I
okay,
think what
fair
he's
enough.
trying to say here is they play Barcelona twice a year, they play Sevilla twice a year, they play Atletico twice a year, they play obviously the Champions
And
League games.
Bayern this season, yeah, because we're on this season. Bayern this season, the best team they can face is Dortmund, yeah, and they play them twice. And Dortmund is a team that fell from Salzburg. When we're looking at
What
this
was the
season,
score in
Dortmund
the last game, Bayern versus Dortmund? Wasn't it something like 5-1 to Bayern?
6-0,
6-0.
6-0.
6-0, there
Listen,
we go.
Dortmund is not up to standard. You know, teams have bad years,
Yeah,
everything.
Well,
okay.
yeah,
Like
exactly. We're talking about
what?
this season. That's my point.
Okay, this season, no, but you never said this season. You need to show the
Bro,
context of how the league is structured, and I'm telling you that 2 games a season against a world-class team does not impact your thing overall, because there are also teams like that you can have upsets also.
no, it's
You don't
not.
show up.
It's not just the matches themselves. It's the mental side too that you are
So what you
competing.
think? You think
No,
okay,
no, listen. You are competing constantly against someone to win the league. Well, Bayern isn't. So Real Madrid constantly have that proper drive in both
no, but
competitions, and they
But where
also
are Real
have
Madrid this season? Where has their drive? Where has their drive been this season? Their drive this season. I know all these Hala Man U fans, Williams, that Hala Man U fan, Ejam, all these Indian fanboys from Gurja, all them Bob and Raj in their slums, man, watching this shit right now, eating their curry. I know none of y'all will agree with me, but the matter of the fact is that the Bundesliga is not what it used to be. Well, let's be honest. Let's not be deluded here. Bayern,
You're the one
95% of the time will win the league. But to say that Bayern do not face good teams, I won't say Dortmund is like Barcelona, obviously not. But to show,
Alright, yeah, exactly.
you need to have that
Okay, guys,
mentality.
I'm gonna ask you both a question here. So, okay, so yeah, I've got a question for both of you now. It's the same question. So, who do you think has the stronger squad this season? Bearing in mind that okay, Real Madrid aren't doing too well in the league, but obviously they have got a good squad because they've got this far in the Champions League, and Bayern obviously they've won the league and they're in the semi-finals as well. Who has the better squad? Martin first. Who has the better squad? Just give the straight answer: Madrid or Bayern. Who's got the better squad?
Okay, individually, player by player, Real Madrid.
Okay, Abdul, quick answer.
As a team is Bayern, but they have Ronaldo, and Bayern don't have a Ronaldo, so I'm just gonna say
Okay,
Real Madrid for the fact that they have Ronaldo on their team
okay, that's it. So
and Messi.
moving on to back to this game now. Bayern versus Madrid, first leg, Champions League semi-final. What's your prediction for this game, Abdul?
Honestly, I want to be hopeful. I do believe we could lose 2-1,
Okay.
and then in the second leg we might win 3-0 or something. Like in the second leg, I think they'll step it up. But I'm just gonna go with a 1-1 draw to keep my moral high, keep my confidence high, and Bayern have got some good results in Santiago Bernabeu many times. They're one of the few teams to have a good record there.
Yeah, let's
Apart from
let's bear in
Barcelona.
mind. Let's bear in mind that in 2013-14, the when we played Bayern, yeah, when we beat you at the Allianz, obviously Bayern had a strong team then. Bayern always had a strong team, obviously one of the best teams in history. So then we beat you, and in the next 16 matches after the match we beat you in the Allianz Arena, the next 16 home matches in the Champions League, you didn't lose until you played us, and we beat you again, and we ended that streak. So, just bear that in mind when,
All right, so yeah,
All these Real Madrid kids, man, they've been supporting Real Madrid because they winning trophies. I'll get into that later, but I do believe it's going to be a 1-1 draw. So I'm going to let Martin get into his prediction, and then I'll talk
I
about.
said my predictions.
what
I
was
said
your
my
prediction again,
earlier.
Martin?
2-0, 2-0 to us.
Okay,
2-0 to Real
so yeah,
Madrid.
all these Real Madrid kids, bro. I'm sorry, Bills, if I'm gonna go at people, but this is not Real Madrid. This is real Pinaldo, real Cristiano.
But you can say
Real
the same
Sure,
thing
bro.
about you can say the same thing about Bayern Munich. You can say the same thing about
Yeah,
Barcelona. You can say the
I
same
won't
thing
lie.
about
Bayern Munich
got-
actually has become like that because listen,
yeah.
when you see the success, so much success, and you win the league easily. Bayern have been winning the league easily. Let's not deny it here because other
That's
teams
what
have
people
been.
like. People like to see their team winning, and when
Yeah.
a team is winning and they've been brought up to watch that football, they're obviously going to pick that team. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
now,
but Bayern,
Bayern
have-
obviously I support Wolves, and I wouldn't be surprised if in 10, 15 years time it starts happening with Wolves as well, because with the money we have now,
but
it's just a normal thing, probably. But
I don't
like
care.
you
You could
said-
support a winning team, yeah, but I'm talking about mainly the fanboyism, the stupidity I
Okay.
see on football
yeah,
groups time after time. I see guys from India. My name, Raj Kupataradana Batapan Cristiano Kutarabadana Kunal. So, bro, is your name Raj Kupatara Kunal Cristiano? Where's your father's name? Your grandfather's name? Is your daddy Cristiano? Why ashamed of your father's
So
name?
you've got a
Did-
thing against Ronaldo fanboys.
I've got to think. No,
True.
I've got to think
True,
against
that's-
Real Madrid
that's one of
fanboys,
the worst
Ronaldo
things.
fanboys.
Nobody likes that.
Martin's a good kid. He supports a bad team, but he's a good kid.
Yeah.
He
True
knows
fact.
his football. He watches the
I'm a
football
good fan.
properly. He's maybe a kid. He doesn't know much about the old times.
True,
he didn't
true.
watch them.
I can't
from what I've
disagree
seen-
with that. I can't.
From
Yeah.
what I've seen about him, he watches football for the sake of football. He's not afraid to admit that Ronaldo having a bad game, or he's not afraid to admit and praise Messi, because I see it's a two-way street with Barcelona and Real Madrid fans. Raj Kupaltam Gandu from Mumbai is the fucking Messi fanboy. He will come. He will tell his boy. He'll tell his boy Abhishek Babachan, "Hey there, Abhishek. Look at Messi. Look what he did again. Where's your Pinaldo? Look my Messi. Look my Messi." And they're talking about Messi and
Okay, guys,
Ronaldo
I
like
think-
they're
I think
their
it's time
fathers,
to move
man.
to the next segment now. Like,
These guys need to go to hell, man. And Hala go Man U
alright,
fans.
Abdul, chill.
They need.
Okay, guys. Unfortunately, we won't be able to bring you that Q&A segment because we encountered some technical difficulties. Basically, the microphone didn't record the rest of the podcast, so it's gonna have to end here. Martin and Abdul enjoyed being on the show, and episode 8 will be with you the same time next week. Hope you enjoyed the show, guys, and sorry for the inconvenience. Thank you.